Eat your greens, they say. This phrase is not only common, but very true. Green foods are packed with several minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants. You can have your greens by eating them raw, drinking them, or even roasting them. In this video, I will be sharing with you 5 leafy greens that we have been growing in our backyard garden. I find these leafy greens quite easy to grow and maintain. So if you're a beginner in gardening, or you've already started a garden and you're contemplating as to what greens you should grow in your backyard garden, then keep watching this video. Kale is one of the most popular leafy greens you will find in most gardens. They come in different shapes and colors. At the moment, we have about 3 types of kale in our garden, but my favorite is the lacinato kale. Kale grows very well under most weather conditions, but it prefers very light sun. So if you live in a very hot area where the sun comes out fully, mostly during the day, then it's best to grow them under shade and then expose them a little bit to the sun. At the moment, we are in the rainy season, so we are not really worried about that because most of the time during the day it is cloudy. Even when it doesn't rain, it is cloudy and cool. For now, we have grown them and exposed them fully to the sun. However, in the future, when we are in the dry season, which is usually very hot, we will plant them under the shade and expose them a little bit to the sun. Kale is very nutritious. It has calcium, it has vitamin A, it has vitamin K, it has fiber, and it's packed with antioxidants, and we all know that these things are good for us. And the good thing is, it is very easy to use in recipes. You can use it for sandwiches, you can use it in your salads, you can use it in juices, you can use it in smoothies. Kale is very crunchy, so when you use it in your salad, it is really yummy. I love it for salads and sandwiches. So normally when I feel like having a sandwich, I just come out here, and it's very convenient because they're in my backyard. I simply walk out, grab a couple of them. If I have some fresh tomatoes or cherry tomatoes, whatever that's available, I grab that, I throw it together with some onion, and if I have avocados, that's a good one. I put all these together, bake a yummy bread, and have a very yummy sandwich. To grow kale, you can nurse the seeds, and when the seedlings are strong enough and grown enough for you to move them, then you can do so and move them to the main beds in the garden. Just make sure that your soil is loose enough for good drainage, and mulch your beds. Mulch your kale because they will need them. It helps keep the soil moist. So mulch your beds, make sure your soil is loose for good drainage, and you are good to go. If you want to add greens to your daily diet and you want it to be convenient for you, you can easily grab it as and when you please. Do grow some kale in your backyard garden. They'll be good for you. They will add beauty to your garden. When kale grows and is fully grown and mature, the leaves are so big, it makes the garden look very full, and it adds some sort of beauty and life to your garden. So if you're contemplating as to what greens you should add to your already existing garden, then think about kale. Kale is a very good addition. Most people always ask if dandelions are edible. Yes, they are edible. From the flowers, to the leaves, to the stems, to the roots of the plant. Every part of it is edible. Dandelions do very well in moist areas and thrive under full sun. So if you live in an area where the sun is very hot or your temperatures are high, then you don't have to worry about these dandelion plants. It is a very nutritious plant, has several vitamins, and very easy to use. You can also use it just like the kale. You can use it in juices, smoothies, you can use it in your salads. I prefer dandelions for green juices. When you mix this particular leaf with pineapples, gosh, it is yummy. You blend them together. If you want to strain it, fair enough. If you don't want to strain it and you want to leave the fiber in it, it is very delicious. So if you haven't had dandelions before, try them with pineapples, and I trust me, you will not go back. As they start to produce seeds, when the seeds fall off from the plant into the soil, you don't even have to do any work. They germinate on their own. We started with just 2 dandelion plants, and today I can count about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count about 7 additional dandelion plants. We didn't plant them, the seeds fell off and germinated on their own. If you are looking for a leafy green that you don't have to do a lot of work, you don't have to nurse seeds, transplant and nurture them, and you want the plant to work for itself, you want an independent leafy green, then dandelion is the plant. Plant these and you will not regret it. Their flowers are so beautiful. If you have other plants in the garden which are not really making a lot of flowers, and you plant dandelions, they will draw butterflies, they will draw bees to your garden, because their flowers are very, very pretty, and this will add beauty and also attract pollinators to your garden. So dandelions, I feel, is a must to have in your garden. Number 3 on my list for leafy greens you should have in your backyard garden is spinach. Spinach is another popular leafy green. It is packed with several minerals, which includes potassium. Just like kale, spinach prefers cooler temperatures. So if you are growing them, or if you intend to grow them and you live in a very hot area or a very sunny area, then I would advise you provide shade for them. That way you can expose them just a little bit to the sun and then still protect them from the sun. We planted ours under shade. It gets a little sunny here sometimes, especially during the dry season. The weather can be very hot here. So we decided to put our spinach under shade. You can use it in your smoothies, in your juices, in your omelets. I love using spinach for omelets. If you saute them just a little bit, add some eggs, throw in some bread. If you don't even want to have it with bread, but you just want to have the greens with eggs, it is a very heavy meal for the morning. To grow them, you can nurse the seeds in a very good compost. Allow them to grow to a stage where you feel they are strong enough to move to a garden bed. And then make sure that your soil is loose enough. Also mulch is really good for your plants, your greens. So make sure your soil is mulched, and then provide trellis for them or things for them to creep on. They are a creeping plant, so once they start growing, they grow very, very fast and they grow really quick. One interesting thing about them, just like the dandelions, once they start bolting and they start making seeds and the seeds fall off, they'll start growing on their own. I have a couple of young spinach plants that we have around that we didn't plant, and I believe it is seeds that have fallen from our older plants. If you are planning on adding more greens to your garden, or you are starting a garden and you are wondering what greens you should have or what leafy greens you should have in your garden, I would advise you go for spinach. Spinach is another good one that you can add to your garden. Collards are another favorite of mine. Ever since we planted them in our garden, they've just been growing and providing us food. It's like the more you harvest, the more they produce leaves. Collards belong to the same family as round cabbage head, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Their leaves are more tougher compared to spinach. So most of the times when I'm using collards, I would rather saute them. If I want to use them for salad, I usually saute them lightly, because I feel when I have it raw in my salads, it's usually tough for me. Some people have them raw in their salads, but I would usually saute them. They look similar to kale. Sometimes, in fact, when they start growing, there are times where I actually mistake my kale for my collards and my collards for kale. They thrive very well when you expose them to the sun. When they mature, their leaves are really huge. As usual, just make sure that your soil is loose enough and your soil is rich with good nutrients for your plant. What I love to use them for is a special local dish that we have here in the northern part of Ghana, TZ. So I sometimes use it to prepare my soup and then pair it with TZ. It is a very nice combination. Whenever I don't have access to our local green, which is used for this particular meal, I fall on my collards for that. Plug a few leaves and your hand is full. This is collards from just one plant. I'm harvesting these plants, these ones. This is a harvest from just one plant. So imagine you have about 5 collards in your garden, or even at least 3 collards in your garden. It is enough to make a meal for a family of 3 or 4. So why not have some collards? It's a superfood. It is highly nutritious. It is versatile. You can use it in any way or form that you would want to. I generally believe that collards are a must in every garden. They are a must in every garden. They will provide you lots and lots and abundance of food. Our newest discovery and 5th easy leafy green to grow in the garden is mustards. This is our first time planting mustards. When we were transplanting them, the seedlings didn't look like they would survive. Mustard greens are quite easy to grow. That's what I've come to realize in these past 2 weeks. After we transplanted them, we just kept spraying our pest control solution, which is garlic and pepper. Other times we would use neem water and then dish soap and water. And so far they've been doing very good. I just spot a snail on them. I didn't know snails love mustards, but now that I've spotted one, I guess we have to watch out for them. Mustards, just like the other greens that I've mentioned, have high levels of antioxidants. They are also very good for your heart and your sight. Adding them to your daily diet will be very good for your health and general well-being. The mustards you just saw are 2 weeks old. Imagine how they will look in another week or two. I know that there are quite a number of leafy greens which are as good as the ones I mentioned. If I haven't mentioned your favorite, do tell me about it in the comment section. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the bell so that you can get a notification when I post the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.